This is Go Figure, day 23. Is there such a thing as an inaction figure? I asked. Inaction? Said Max. Yes, I said. I wonder if it would be possible to have a second figure that is not in the usual heroic pose, one where I am collapsed on the ground, an action figure in the opposite, an inaction figure. A figure of you collapsed? Said Max. Why in the world would you want that? I have 3 reasons, I said. Each of them is an important part of my story that helps kids understand certain things that I want them to know. Lesson on the left. When you're trying to come up with ideas, stretch your brain by thinking about opposites. Here are examples. What if chocolate candy wouldn't melt? That gave us M&Ms. What if adhesive didn't stick? That gave us Post-it notes. What if baby toys entertained adults? That is one secret of Lego. Think opposite. Who knows what you might invent? So this is one of my favorite parts of the plot, this idea of action figure and inaction figure. And in the coming chapters, you will learn more about it. But let's focus on the lesson here. I think this is a great tool. It's a great mental practice. One of the things that Dredd, my mysterious co-creator and character in the book, but also real life business partner, he taught me this idea of thought exploration. So when you have a situation, when you're trying to think of ideas, you're trying to come up with something, explore different thoughts, thought exploration. Think in the opposite. Okay, every day I do this. What would the opposite of that be? Okay, every day I do that. How does that work out? Every day I say this. How does that? So experiment with thoughts. Some are going to be great and some are going to be terrible. But part of my hope in doing what I do, speaking in schools, writing books, recording podcasts like this, is to teach you how to think. And what that means is just the mental process of exploring options, playing out different situations in your brain, thinking before you make a decision or choice, which we talked a lot about in previous chapters. And this is just one particular way. The M&Ms, these are all Dredd facts too. Dredd comes up with these facts, doesn't create them. He finds these facts that blow me away. There are so many mistakes that end up being successes. And the creators had no idea when they set out to create it. A fascinating, although it's not Hershey's, M&M's is not Hershey's, but I live near Hershey, Pennsylvania. And the story of Milton Hershey creating Hershey's milk chocolate, it is a fascinating story. Google it, do a little bit of research on your own. It's not necessarily the opposites, thinking opposites, but the way he thought enabled this creation that is now a town, a popular park, all kinds of candy, all kinds of entertainment, all of this stuff from a simple idea that came from one single person. So as you move forward after this episode and beyond, practice that thought exploration. And starting your practice of thought exploring, think in opposites.